I'm Bernice Nielsen and I live in Redwich. Basically, I started smoking weed. I got an amount, I lost my dad, got a large amount of money, 13.5 grand. I got that when I was 16, plastered it all on cocaine at the time. All of a sudden I met a lad who I'd seen around town, and I don't know, it was different drugs, crack, heroin, and then got him just involved with some really bad people. Before I knew it, I was living with dealers, and one dealer's now in jail for murder. I was just around some nasty people, and that's just how it all began, really, I suppose. Since I've been in with T2A, they've helped me with housing, money, problems, benefits, bills, accommodation, college courses, being able to accept yourself, non-judgmental, just everything that you never would have thought an organisation could be. Shelley come along and now everything's just sort of got fitted into place, sort of thing, like a little jigsaw. It's quite good actually. So yeah, she's lovely. I don't think if it would have been somebody else, I don't know, but the way she was just so relaxed and just not formal. Without him I wouldn't have where I am today, to be honest. So.
People mature at different rates. Systems of whatever kind tend to try to fit people into particular boxes and have a one-size-fits-all approach. The approach of T2A, and I believe the approach of work with people in the criminal justice system, should be on a one-to-one individual basis. That's holistic, that's looking at their needs, looking at their individual needs, looking at them in the context of their family, looking at the context of the local community that they live in. And we're expecting individuals, without having reached full maturity, without having all the backup and support systems that someone might normally get from in normal circumstances, to navigate their way through an incredibly complex set of hurdles and barriers that we put in front of people.
It is true that very few people start offending as adults, so it's of crucial concern to us what's happening in the youth justice system, and indeed a lot of the people who we work with have been worked with by our colleagues in the yachts prior to coming over to us. So we've been long concerned about what happens at that transition point, when at the period both of maximum offending and maximum vulnerability, the most difficult offenders have to change agencies. So that's been our concern with setting up this project.
In 2010, about 3 people that I knew died. Like a couple boys before they hit 18, and that just stressed me out. So, and then when I was 14, I got put on a court case for GBH and robbery. So I got put on YOT, the youth offending team, and I got put on TAG, and I got put on ISSP for 6 months.
One of the things that we are very big of is it's a 50-50 thing. You do 50% and I'll do 50%, because I want you to have a value in your own resettlement package, so that, you know, 6 months down the line, 2 months, a week, when you do meet that friend that says, oh come on, let's go off and all that, because you've had your own involvement in your own development, it's much harder for you to decide, you know, I'm quite willing to throw this away, because you've built up your own value of your own resettlement. It's not just me sitting there doing it for you, because they're easy come, easy go.
I'm still on yacht, but I can talk to yacht about my crime and how I'm getting along, but I can't really open up to them as I can to Barry and Elroy, because they would, like, yacht would talk to me about the same things about how I'm doing and everything, but I can't trust them with my words as much as I can with these guys, because Barry and Elroy, they'll lead me in the right way and tell me what is better for me and give me a choice. They were the ones that helped me to get this IT apprenticeship, and now I finish in 3 weeks. I'm getting a job, 20 grand plus a year. I just finished my A+ exam, passed 2 exams on Friday, and then the course is finished in 3 weeks. Then my life starts.
The first thing I tell them is my whole purpose of being here is to reduce your offending, because if I can reduce your offending, we're going to move you in a place where you can then get on with your life.
I don't want to get involved in crimes anymore. I still see my mates around doing the same crime what I was doing them days, but I haven't been locked up in my life. I don't want to look forward to getting locked up, because at the end of the day, it's a dog's life in there. You can come back, you can get yourself into trouble. More times you go back in there because end up you turning bad in there. End of the day, I don't want to go to prison. I don't want to mess up my mom's and my dad's life up. Especially Kamalo, because I understand Kamalo. Kamalo's the one who got me into this place.
Time is a big thing. If you're not giving it, then you're left to fend for yourself, you know. I've heard a lot of people saying their parents didn't give them a lot of time, they've been in care, they've had to grow themselves, you know, and if they were given the time that we've given them and we were strangers, you know, then it'd be amazing to know where they could be today. They mess up, we pick them back up again, we don't just give up on them, and I think that's the biggest difference.
With Kamalo, I'm open. I understand where he comes from. I understand why is he telling me right or bad. End of the day, Kamalo's like obviously telling me the right stuff. Don't mess about, don't get yourself into crime, don't get yourself locked up. Now I know I made a silly mistake in the world, what I should have not made, but I regret it, you get me. Just gotta wait another 5 years to my criminal record to get cleared. I don't want to be on the bad side anymore. I want to be on the good side. I want to prove to my family, to my probation worker, to Kamalo, like I've done good in the future.
We're very privileged on T2A that we have got that time and the hours to spend with them, go with them, advocate for them, encourage them, motivate them to move forward.
In my last sentence when I went to prison, when I came out, there wasn't people like them around, so I came out of prison. There was no one to kind of advise me to do things with my life, so I ended up going back to my old way. And since I've been out now, they're speaking to me and actually keeping me on the straight and narrow. I'm proud of them, and I'm proud of myself as well that I haven't done anything since I've been out. I'm doing a course that's going to start soon, hopefully, where I'm going to gain some qualifications, and through that I'm going to be speaking to my friends and my younger friends that I know, and try and help them with their life, because the gang thing only end up with two things: either go to jail or you end up getting shot, and I'm sick of it.
You go into probation and it's like they sit you down for like 5 minutes and ask you how you've been. That's it. That's all you have to do there. They don't really spend the time to like help you sort out your stuff, you know, like that, and I don't know, anything really, money issues, anything, you know, it's just like, but I'm glad in a way that my probation officer did get me Kamalo, because it's helped me.
It doesn't worry me that they don't feel positive about the probation service, or grateful, if that's the word, to the probation service. I know that it's the probation service, by working with YSS, by working with the yacht, have provided them with a service that is much more accessible and useful to them. That's fine. I don't need to be a hero to them. I need to know that they've got a service that makes sense to them, and they have.
Once they left the youth offending service, we kind of took them on as 18-year-old adults, and for the way we worked, there wasn't as much attention maybe given to them in more recent years as we would like to have done. So I would say the transfer in from YOS to us, I would say our relationship with the youth offending service has really improved, and I would say also that our relationship in the community with partnership agencies has been a big plus.
When I came out of prison, I met up with them and they started helping me get into certain things because I was into music, so they got me into a Princess Trust course. And after that, I started volunteering at a studio in Kenneton, like I would volunteer to help people learn how to use the programs and stuff like that, and after they would let me get some time on it to do my own stuff as well, so that was good. It's turned out pretty well. I'm now volunteering as a caseworker at St. Giles Trust and helping people the same way St. Giles helped me.
I left home when I was 16 and I got into accommodation and things, but because I split with my girlfriend and that, I was left homeless and that. And that's when I started needing the support, like after I was like 16, 17, well, a bit older, like really 18. So when everything went wrong, that's when like I started acting like, you know, being a muppet really. I've used Ali, my support worker, just for the extra support because she's not tied into anything else like my housing. I've got support workers in housing and that, but I don't speak to them that much because, you know, they're linked to it in the job centre and I can just use it for anything really. I don't know if I'll be able to, you know, like cope and keep things running as smoothly. So, because I've got a lot of things, she helps remind me things like where I got to be and that, so it helps a lot, you know what I mean. Just want to keep doing what I'm doing and then hopefully find somewhere decent to live, settle down, get a job, and then whatever from there, like just live a normal life.
My probation officer tried to be nice and friendly, but there is an extent, there's still that probation officer and I'm, you know, the offender, there has to be that boundary. Whereas with Emma, it wasn't like that. And because there was that friendliness as well as this professional relationship, it helped me kind of open up in a personal way, as well as tell her what I need to you know, to feel like I have an opportunity. You know, so we sat there and we filled out college application forms, we phoned up colleges and we set goals.
When they come to me and they're all closed up because they're hurting from their experience with life and they're really closed, they don't trust anyone, they don't want that, you know, I'm just here because probation told me I have to come here, all that sort of stuff. They're like a little bud, and then if you just water it and you cultivate it, you speak to it, you show it, you know, a bit of kindness and show it how things can be different, and you slowly watch this bud opening up, and then within a few months they get a job, you know, their housing is getting sorted out, and you know they've been able to do something simple. Like I had one guy who for the first time bought his mum a birthday present because he had actually got a job, and you know he came and the beam on his face that he came to tell me, I was able to buy my mum a birthday present, not just any, but with money he'd earned. You know, he had turned from that little tight bud, he'd blossomed into a beautiful flower, and it was just amazing to see him go off on that journey. I'm getting all emotional because that's what it does.
I've been very fortunate in that I was a probation officer and then I moved and worked with the youth offending service, so I've seen both sides of the coin, and I prided myself on being a good probation officer, but an 18-year-old was an adult and it was very much about taking responsibility for their own behaviour, whereas I'd be working with a 17-year-old and the way I worked with that person was very different. So the focus on maturity now, I agree with 100%, I think it really works. The other thing that as a probation officer, if somebody was immature, that would almost be a derogatory thing. Oh, so mature. Whereas now my thinking's changed and the way this team thinks has changed.
This is in a sense preventative work, which is actually saving the public purse a huge amount of money downstream and is saving a huge amount of heartache and family problems, both for the families and the offenders, but also for all the players who would need to get involved in supporting those families.